For decades, American citizens have endured a relentless assault from a corrupt government where entrenched officials and political hacks have abused their power to target individuals and the nation as a whole while shielding themselves from accountability. James Comey, former FBI director, epitomized this corruption during his tenure, and his May 15, 2025, 86-47 social media post, a blatant call to assassinate President Donald Trump, has provided a long overdue opportunity for justice and revenge. This verifiable death threat, coded as 86, kill, and 47, Trump's presidential designation, is an open and shut case that demands swift prosecution under the leadership of Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel. More than that, it's a chance to turn the tables on a system that has weaponized laws against citizens while allowing criminals in government to run rampant, from the COVID-era overreaches to the border crisis and beyond. Americans are fed up, and Comey's misstep is the perfect moment to hold these political piranhas accountable, starting with him, and to dismantle the broader network of corruption that has plagued the nation. Comey's 8647 post is a clear crime, and his expertise in coded communication as a former FBI director, U.S. attorney, and deputy attorney general makes his intent undeniable. The post's timing on the 8,647th day since the September 11, 2001, attacks has been interpreted by some as a deliberate nod to national trauma, by others as a signal to anti-Trump extremists, and by still others as a power play to assert relevance, all pointing to malice rather than humor. His swift deletion of the post after backlash from Trump's allies, including Donald Trump Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, betrays his awareness of its incriminating nature, yet as of May 17, 2025, Comey has escaped criminal indictment or arrest despite actions that may warrant immediate arrest, exposing a stark double standard. This is not just about justice, it's about revenge, a natural human response to years of systemic abuse by a government that has turned into a free-for-all of insanity, where those who lie best to gain power exploit it to control, harass, and commit crimes against Americans, both individually and collectively. The crimes Comey may have committed with this post are extensive, ranging from threatening the president under 18 U.S.C. Section 871, which carries up to 5 years in prison, to incitement to violence under 18 U.S.C. Section 373, punishable by up to 20 years, seditious conspiracy under 18 U.S.C. Section 2384, also up to 20 years, and conspiracy to commit murder under 18 U.S.C. Section 1117, which could mean life imprisonment. Additional charges like cyberstalking, making false statements, obstruction of justice, and misuse of government knowledge could add years to his sentence, totaling a theoretical maximum of life plus 88 years, though a minimum conviction might result in 1 to 2 years. These penalties far exceed those faced by citizens for minor acts, underscoring the need for equal justice. Comey's historical offenses, lying to Congress in 2020, obstructing justice during the 2016 Clinton email and Trump-Russia probes, conspiring to defraud by targeting Trump and General Flynn, and potentially failing to report felonies, further reveal a career steeped in corruption, with each crime carrying significant penalties that could be pursued alongside the 8,647 charges. The Secret Service, already investigating Comey, can recommend charges for threatening the president and arrest him, while the FBI, under Kash Patel, can investigate and arrest for incitement, seditious conspiracy, and conspiracy to commit murder, given their jurisdiction over domestic threats. The DOJ, led by Pam Bondi, can charge Comey with all federal crimes, with prosecutors in the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia filing indictments. Local agencies like the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department could assist, though federal prosecution would likely take precedence. Despite scrutiny for a lack of high-profile indictments, Bondi and Patel, new to their roles, are navigating transitions, hiring and firing staff to align their teams, but this case demands expedited action. Comey has handed them all the evidence needed. His post, its deletion, and his public profile provide clear incrimination, making this an ideal opportunity to set a precedent for their administration. Comey's prosecution should be the starting point for a broader reckoning, serving both justice and the deep-seated desire for revenge among Americans who have suffered under a corrupt system. His historical crimes reflect a pattern of flagrant abuse, as he was vocal and smug about his actions, never anticipating a new administration would turn the tables. Now, authorities must maximize punishment for the 8647 post and use it to pursue additional charges, potentially pressuring Comey to reveal co-conspirators and dismantle a web of corruption that includes police, prosecutors, judges, and other criminal justice personnel who have targeted citizens for political reasons. Starting with Comey, this case can set a precedent to end the immunity that has shielded criminals in government, ensuring they face justice as the accused rather than the accusers. The hypocrisy is stark. While Comey has escaped accountability, ordinary citizens have faced severe consequences for far lesser acts. Douglas Mackey, a Trump supporter, was sentenced to 7 months in 2023 for 2016 memes suggesting Democrats could vote by text, a satirical act with no intent to harm but labeled as election interference by the DOJ, reflecting political prosecution under Comey's FBI culture. This individual, like many others typically sitting at home or on their phones sharing with small groups of friends, was not inciting widespread violence. They are joking or pranking, yet the government abused its power to selectively prosecute them, weaponizing ambiguous laws to suppress dissent. This pattern of government overreach extends far beyond online posts. In recent years, the COVID era saw unprecedented abuses, with lockdowns and shutdowns enforced arbitrarily, crippling small businesses while big corporations thrived, as reported by the New York Times in 2020. Mask mandates were imposed with little scientific consistency, often enforced through fines and arrests, as seen in cases documented by USA Today in 2021, where individuals faced jail time for noncompliance despite exemptions. Coerced vaccinations became a mandate, with government entities like the CDC pushing policies that led to job losses for those who refused, as noted in Forbes reports from 2021, reflecting a disregard for personal freedom. The border crisis further exemplifies this treasonous behavior, as government entities under the Biden administration, from 2021 to 2025, inexplicably opened America's borders, allowing unchecked illegal immigration for political gain and economic exploitation, violating immigration laws like 8 U.S.C. Section 1325, as highlighted in Breitbart articles from 2023. Additionally, the government has supported policies like transgender affirming care, which critics call an insane childhood mutilation epidemic, with states like California passing laws, AB 957 in 2023, that pressure parents into compliance, while female athletes have been sidelined by policies allowing biological males to compete in women's sports, as seen in cases like Leah Thomas's 2022 NCAA swimming victories, reported by ESPN. These actions, orchestrated by a hostile government, have attacked American citizens both individually and collectively, targeting specific individuals or the nation at large with reckless abandon. Comey, as part of this crop of political piranhas, was a top administrator in a corrupt government that has turned America into a free-for-all of insanity, where those who lie best to gain power exploit it to control and commit crimes. Americans are sick of it, and they want to turn the tables, using the same crazy laws haphazardly enforced against them to now target the corrupt officials who wielded them. Prosecuting Comey can set a new precedent, ending the immunity that has shielded criminals in government, from prosecutors and judges who targeted January 6 defendants to local enforcers who overstepped during COVID mandates. These officials, once in court as accusers, must now face justice as the accused, charged with abuse of power and other crimes documented through their own actions, including posts and public records. If the current administration fails to act, future elections will bring leaders with a mandate for revenge, ready to deliver cold, calculated justice to those who have ruined lives under the guise of authority, ensuring that all corrupt officials face the consequences they deserve. James Comey's 8647 post was a deliberate call to assassinate President Trump, a real threat backed by his expertise, vendetta, and the coded significance of the number, including its connection to the 8,647 days since 9/11, and it demands immediate prosecution under statutes like 18 U.S.C. Section 871, potentially leading to life imprisonment plus 88 years. The Secret Service, FBI, and DOJ under Pam Bondi and Kash Patel must act swiftly, using this open and shut case to not only deliver justice but also exact revenge for Americans long oppressed by a corrupt system that has targeted citizens through selective prosecutions, COVID-era abuses, border crises, and cultural assaults like transgender policies. Comey's prosecution can unravel his network, targeting co-conspirators and setting a precedent for accountability across government, from top administrators to local enforcers. Despite actions that may cause for immediate arrest, Comey has so far escaped indictment, exposing a hypocrisy that must end. This case is a critical opportunity to dismantle systemic leniency for elites, restore equal justice, and fulfill the public's desire for cold revenge, ensuring that all corrupt officials face the harshest consequences for their crimes against the American people.